Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please, if you're in this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment. And please always come back to watch my videos. And I really do appreciate your big support to this platform. In today's video, we are actually going to have very interesting discussion. Please watch the video from the beginning up the end. And please don't forget, actually also to put that notification bell so that you don't miss out of some of these videos that actually will be coming directly to the screen. In today's video, we are actually going to be having a very interesting discussion because they are individuals to me. To me, I want to say that sometimes their brains don't help them. Sometimes their brains don't help them. You can imagine a man who is sober in his brains, with no shame, has now come out and said, actually, the grandma of Brian is actually his relative. And he added up by saying that, and he has never visited them. So I'm wondering, what type of relative is he talking about? Because according to him, that they are very close. Whether they coming from the same village or from a different village, or she was married there, but to his explanation, it seems like they are really very close. Now you can see the people whom we have been talking about. People will always want to associate themselves with you when they see something on your hands. But when they are not getting anything, when they see you, you are weak, you are poor, and you don't have anything, they will always distance themselves from you. I remember a lot of individuals came up when actually the travel commandos started helping Brian and Grandma. People started identifying themselves with Grandma, including the fisherman, Kintu, who came out and said, actually, their families, that they are very close. When they asked Grandma, Grandma said, I don't know that one. I don't know him. And Kintu was chased away from that home, but he had tried lying that they are actually very close relatives, that he comes from the same village, and they are very close relatives. The only problem is that for them, they migrated to where they are right now. But the question I've been asking myself, where were all these people when this old woman was actually suffering? Where were they? When you want to really see that they are individuals who don't have shame, where were they when this grandma was actually suffering? Even I want to take you backwards. When Brian was got stealing, none of them came out and say, actually, this is a relative. None of them. Actually, most of them, they were encouraged that boy is supposed to be dealt with, including the fisherman. I remember very well the day the premium of the Travel Commando, the video of the Travel Commandos premiering, people were having divided opinion and about Brian. Some people actually supported. But those ones in the community who actually knew Brian didn't want to associate themselves with Brian. The day the Travel Commando stepped in that home and he aired out the story of Brian, those ones who are relatives to Brian, they actually pick interest. Even one of them pick a phone to call the travel command. That actually, I'm very close to that boy. We are relatives. But let me tell you, when the boy was suffering, nobody wanted to associate themselves with the wrong man, whom they used to call a thief in the community. But let me tell you right now, even those ones who could not even come closer to that home, right now, they're very busy saying, this is our relative, we love them, we do what, including one that I'm going to actually to play this clip here. People actually don't have shame. People don't have shame in this world. People don't have shame. A family that people had ignored, a family that people had, left. That was the last thing they could think of about that family. But because of the good heart of the travel commander and his entire team, the subscribers, the viewers, who were able to support the good cause of supporting that family. Now, the so-called haters, the relatives who are the haters, now they are back, including the one I'm going to play the clip about. Please, if you're in this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment. And please always come back to watch my videos. And I really do appreciate your big support to this platform. Let's first of all watch this clip, and then when I come back, we are going to continue with this video very, very strongly. Remember, we are just starting, and more of these interesting stories actually will be coming directly to the screen. Please leave a comment where you feel is necessary. So let's watch this clip, then we come back.
You know where this girl are building? That's my aunt. Actually, Brian's mom. The second name. You know, we had Sintake, we had Burure. So that's Brian Burure. So that's family. But I've never showed myself there. And let me not talk much. But Maja was just away.
Why?
Because he went empty-handed. Mkono mtupu
They went 3 people into 7.
And also he said he went late. And
so so actually, he has made it clear that that is actually his auntie, but he has never reached there. So what does it really show us? What does it show us? Because these individuals, they actually knew that this old woman do exist, and they even knew the state of probably how she's living, and having all these chaotic kind of things. But they never bothered to look after their auntie, or even just to pay a visit. You might not be in position to provide, but paying a visit and having a conversation with her can actually put a smile on her face. Because we have been watching a lot of videos about Coco, and we could easily see that the old woman was traumatized, and she lacked actually somebody to have a conversation with. And she has relatives who are like that guy who have been talking, but a relative who does not care, a relative who minds of himself, a relative who is just, for him, is just there for himself, but he does not mind on what happens in anywhere that is actually knows. A very close relative, he's saying that is his auntie. That is auntie, but a man is just, You see, in life, people will always want you when they're benefiting from you. It is the truth. But if they're no longer benefiting from you, they will call you all sorts of names. It is the truth. Especially here in Africa. Somebody will want you when they're benefiting from you, in most cases. But the day they stop benefiting from you, you will actually become the main target. You know, the main target. Or you will be the biggest problem, a thorn in their flesh. You know? But when they're benefiting from you, they will praise you. They will talk about you. They explain all good things about you. But the day they stop benefiting from you, that is the day that they will start destroying you. I heard them talking about Maja being chased away from the construction site, that because he went empty-handed. That's not the truth. That's not the right. That's not the truth. The truth, the reason why Maja was chased from the construction site, he actually went to the construction site when people were now closing the day. Work was done, and for him, he went pointing his camera. He wanted to record what other people have done. And the travel commando made it very, very clear that that is being unfair. That people have been in position to work from morning up to evening, and for you wait evening hours when people are summarizing the work, and you come and start shooting videos. You know, that is not right. And the travel commando say, no, we are not going to allow this. Please, if you want to come and make videos, please come, participate. You know, participate in this work so that you also enjoy, you know, the benefit of shooting the video. But you cannot just wait for people to do the work. You come like a boss, like you are coming to supervise. Even me personally, I felt like that was wrong. That was wrong. Now, the way these individuals are trying to twist that story to try to make like the travel commando did actually bad to block Maja from shooting the video in that compound. You know, they're trying to, you know, mix up this whole story, you know, so that the story favor their viewers. You know, sometimes let's learn to speak the truth, you know, because yes, you might want things that can favor you, but there is the truth outside there, and a lot of people were able to watch that video, you know, but because you are so confused and you believe in confusion, you will always want to send a very wrong signal outside there for your audience, so that they can believe in your stupidity, that you are actually a right person to bring information out in the village. You know, that is not right. We are able to watch the video, and you cannot lie us, because the truth was there and the truth was spoken. You know, so sometimes let people learn how to conduct themselves in a mature way. Because the way I look at this individual, they claim to be mature individuals, two reasons, you know, people who are very big in the community, you know. But, you know, before even I continue with this video, one of them actually looks sick. I wish you could go and, you know, try to do some little medication or checkup. Something is not right. You know, me, I would always love to make it outside, open outside there, that no, because we see it. Something is not right. Please check yourself, just in a humble way, in a very, very humble way. If you are fine, it's okay. But if you are not fine, I'm just sending a message to you that please check yourself. Something, to me, what I see, I'm not a doctor, but there are things that we can easily see with our eyes, that probably you are not okay health-wise. You need to check yourself, you know, just according to what I see with my eyes. And of course, I know a lot of people will comment about it, you know. Yes, but even if people don't comment, me, I've said my part, that please, the way I see, me personally, because I've been observing this guy for some good time, probably has been working so hard and he was not eating well. But if not, then you need to check yourself. Something is not right, you know. Something is not right. Please, please, this is not, you know, when it is about health issues, it's not all about who is telling you and who is doing this and this. You know, I would always want to see our good people looking healthy. But when we see a problem, we need to air it out before it is late. You know, please, my brother, check yourself. Something is not right. Something is not right. Of course, people hate to be told, but me, I've said it. I've said it. Yeah, so, I was saying that there are individuals who always don't want to be told the truth. They hate seeing the truth. So, for the travel commando to tell Maja K the truth, it is the truth, and there's nothing you are going to change about it. He came late at the construction site, and you cannot just walk like a boss at the construction site. That is not right. That's not right. People need to be told. If people are handling you like a baby at your own home, don't take it somewhere. Don't take it. And people need to admit that some of the things when we talk about correct some fools who don't understand. Because when you are saying that, please, if this is your auntie, why didn't you go and check on your auntie? If this is really your auntie, very close auntie to you. Because you cannot tell me that actually this auntie is a bad auntie. You cannot tell me. Because we have been in position to observe her for some good time, during these videos. She looks a very good person, but only that she has been traumatized. People didn't want even to go closer to her. You can imagine even the neighbors that ignored her just because she's poor. Because if this old woman was a bad old woman, right now people would not be flocking there. But now because the person they have been minimizing, her life have changed in 19 days. Now people are flocking there. You can see how some individuals are. Now those ones even who use not wanting themselves to be associated with her, they are now saying, actually, that is my aunt. That is... Please stop being bogus. Respect yourself and respect the person you are calling that your aunt. Me, if I was the one, I would not even say it on camera. Because it makes you look so stupid, by the way. It actually makes you to look very stupid. For you to come out and start saying, actually, she is my aunt. Do some people really look at themselves, really, what even they're saying outside? Do they really look at themselves before even they talk? Because the best way was actually to keep quiet. Because you are an idiot. That's the best way. You would have just kept quiet and nobody could even know that you're actually related. But because some people are fools, some people don't understand, that some people, their mindset is just blocked. But when you see them talking on their platforms, you may think they reason. Here's my auntie, my foot. You don't have brains. Look at the life that old woman was living. And the person who is not even a relative now came out to save her. To save her. The only thing that I heard him talking about, coming out and saying that actually the travel commando did good to support Brian and the grandma. Probably he said that because actually that is his relative. But if that was a different person, he would be in position to say a different story. These are individuals who don't, they take other people for granted. Because for them, if their life, their life is fair, they don't want other families' life also to change. When the travel commando is doing something to change the narrative, especially this one who look like he's a sick man. At least even the other one somehow could talk fairly. But this one who looks like a sick man, he looked like that's not it. He's a very, very bitter man. Very, very bitter man. He has a lot of grudges in his heart. The truth is, from the time the travel commando stopped sponsoring the children at their home, That was the beginning of issues, separation, and all these kind of things. You know? Then you hear him saying, he does not carry, beef with anybody. But we see it in everything you talk about the travel command. We see it. So let me tell you, there are things that you cannot hide. Actually, I will be playing one of the clips so that you understand what I'm talking about. We see all the things on their eyes, whether they like it or not. Helping Grandma and Brian is actually not a crime. If I was in the position of the travel commando, I would actually do the same thing. Whether you want to call me a beggar, you want to call me all sorts of these names, it is because the support is not in your family. The support is in somebody's family. When the travel commando used to pay school fees of their children of their homes, why didn't they come out and talk? Why? Why did he come out to talk? This one who looks sick. Why didn't he come out to talk? But because himself started approaching the travel commando for help, and he was not in position to get the help that he wanted from the travel commando. That is when he started fuming and talking a lot of things about the travel commando. The travel commando had a manager at his home. And actually that manager, the late manager, was actually a sister to this one who looks sick. In their minds, they thought that when somebody have worked for you and you have relieved them out of their duties, it is now your role to take care of them, treatment, and even paying school fees for their children, and to cater for everything. You have been working for me. I have been paying you your money. Then we part ways. I would be in position just to come and help, just like any other person. But these individuals wanted to make it like it is now the role, the work of the travel commando to cater for their entire family. Sometimes let's learn to call a spade a spade. I actually hate talking about the past. But when people start bringing this kind of stories, we shall not hesitate. We shall remind them. Because sometimes there are individuals who actually don't think. There are individuals who don't think. Because you cannot be calling somebody a beggar because he's helping this old woman who has nobody to help her. And then you come out to start calling the travel command a beggar just because it's trying to change the life of this old woman. I feel that is an insult. And when I look at this individual, he looks so mature enough to reason. But because he's a greedy man, he's a man who does not want to see other people progressing. He feels that him and his entire family, they are the only ones who are supposed to get something in life. Your children were educated, paid school fees. Even if it is not by the travel commando, by any donor outside there. The travel commando helps you. You need to agree that. You need to agree that. So there is no need for you to come out and start rubbishing what people are doing and you start calling them that they are beggars. They are now the senior beggars of this community. You yourself, you escorted the daughter of your sister to the villa of the travel commando. What were you going to do there? Were you going to beg or what? So before you start coming out here and talking nonsense like you don't reason, please need to style up. Because there are things that we are going to entertain, and there are actually things that we shall not entertain. Because now you show us how you reason. You show us how stupid you are mentally. Mentally. You know? Because the person you are talking badly about is a person who was able to pay school fees for your children, even I think even his own child. Then you come out here making a lot of noise. You know? That is beggars, beggars. Let's first watch this clip, and then when we come back, we shall continue with this video very, very strongly. Please, if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe, like, and comment. And please, always put a notification bell so that you don't miss out on some of these interesting videos that will actually be coming directly to screen. Let's watch this clip, then we shall come back.
This thing that has been going on, I've seen on social media about Brian's house. It's a massive house. It's a nice house, man. Congratulations to whoever
to the supporters.
Supported.
Yeah.
What's that?
And also big shout outs to the beggars.
Yeah, big shout out to the beggars. You know, you said begging stop.
Wait.
Syntax, should we stop begging?
Who? No, may have never been. Okay.
I thought, please, now we want to build this. You see now the toilet is not there. Man, why can't you use your own money if you really want to help someone?
No, but there are people who have genuine heart. Let me tell you.
It's genuine heart, but stop. Let's stop lying to ourselves.
What's the problem?
Let's stop lying to ourselves.
Oh, no, let me tell you.
Some people come up and say, these people keep begging, begging. You know where that name Nyabonse beggars came from? You know who are the masters? But not the small fish. The internet usually look at small fish.
Have you never begged?
I've never. Coming here that I'm building now, I'm building my parents' house.
Have you never begged?
Well, yeah, show me.
No, but it's a question. Because let me tell you. We were told
maybe I have, but I can't
we were told content creation is all about
begging.
No. Your content, you do your content. Is one day donation will stop. One good
people with stuff.
You do your content. Do your content, man. One day it's going to pick. Stop donation. Honestly, since donation left, people have been suffering.
But and other people who say stop donation, they're activating it.
You preach water, you take one.
You know, Syntax, you can never plant and you don't.
So
have
actually, you have had big shout out to the beggars. You know, that big shout out to the beggars. But it is annoying, by the way. Very, very much annoying. Very, very much annoying. So they want to tell us, this one who looks sick, he wants to tell us that those days when he was benefiting from that family, if that money was very, very bad, why was he accepting the money? If the money was coming from a beggar. When he was paying your sister salary, money was coming from a beggar. When you are crying for school fees and he was paying those school fees for your children, that was your money? Was that your money? Shame on you. Total shame on you. You are just feeling so bad and feeling so terrible that other people are being helped. Why would somebody actually wish such an old woman bad like the way this guy is? That if you want to help people, pull money from your pocket and help them. Show us anybody in that community that you yourself, you have ever constructed a house for with your own money. The way I look at you, you also as an individual, you actually need help. That you are not accepting that you actually need help. You are feeling proud of yourself. But the way I look at you, actually, you really need help. And I can assure you, Don't come out here and make a lot of excuses that you are not a beggar. You are a beggar and you are the first beggar. But because what you were begging was not fulfilled to you, you develop a lot of grudge, a lot of beef with the travel commando. You thought it was going to sort all the problems in your homes. You know, it's a guy the travel commando was paying school fees for. And when the travel commando came out and said in his video that, should I actually continue paying school fees for the person who is talking badly about me? This guy, this one who looks sick, came out and made a video when he was talking very, very bitterly, with a lot of frustration, with a lot of desperation. He actually made that video when he was sitting under a banana plantation. He was sitting under a banana plantation. And when some small rain came, he shifted in unfinished house. I think that was the house of their father, of their parents. The reason why he became so bitter, it is because the help was going to be cut off. And he still needed the help to continue flowing. You know, because he came out on camera and he was saying, if you are helping somebody, why should you come out and talk about it on the camera? You know? But this very individual was exchanging a lot of bitter words. You know, he was talking a lot of weird words. And he actually didn't want the travel commando to answer him. And when the travel commando answered him, you know, actually, the message of the travel commando was very, very clear. He was asking his audience that, should I really continue helping somebody who is very busy crucifying me and talking a lot of bitter words towards me? Those are the words of the travel commando. Let me tell you, from that day, this guy has put it in his throat, in his heart, and he has a lot of beef towards the travel commando. In the podcast that they had, most of the things that he was talking about, he was actually directing them to the travel commando. All the negative that he was talking about. You know? Yes. He wants to tell us that the project that the travel commando did for grandma is actually a very, very bad project. You know? That, you know, when you want to help people pull money from your pocket, show us one house that we are able to construct in that village. That is not for your own relative. Show us before you come here and talking rubbish. You know, there are actually individuals who want cheap popularity. They want to talk whatever they want to talk. Let me tell you, it shows how stupid you are. It shows how actually you are not reasoning. You know, a big man like you talking rubbish. A big man like you talking when you're not even reasoning. When we look at the house of Coco right now, even you see how stupid this fella is. From his statement, from the first statement, his statement was saying, this is a massive house. It's a huge house. He was actually praising the house. You know? And when he continued, he had actually forgotten that he was actually praising the house. How good the house is. How big it is. And then later he's coming out to say, why don't you use your money? You know? Beggars. If the travel commando was asking people, you know, by force to donate, maybe I would say that is a problem. But people were supporting that project willingly. And they said it openly that they will support. And they will support that project until it gets over. For you who think that everything people are begging, you try and we shall see if you can be in position to do what the travel command has been in position to do. Individuals who don't reason. You see a mature man moving but with a very empty head. Don't force us to bring the past things here. Because I will remind you I will remind you all the things you did to your brother. I'll remind you. If you continue provoking us, we shall remind you. You know, let me tell you, this individual at one point attacked me on my WhatsApp, calling me all sorts of names, including abusing my own mother. And I will not hesitate. You continue talking nonsense, you will see. You will see the type of videos that I will actually be releasing. Because if you are born stupid, you will remain a stupid man. You know, that is begging, is begging. When he's helping people, you are seeing an old woman being helped in the community. Her life is changing. It's just the jealousness that you have in your heart. Deep inside your heart, you're a bitter man. You're a bitter man who don't want to see other villagers, their lives changing. That is not right. You know, that is not right. Let's accept that the old woman, the house has been built. Was it a good house? Yes. Was it a powerful house? Yes, it came from your mouth. You know? But coming out to say that people are begging, okay, even if he's begging, he has begged to help the community. For you as an individual, what have you done to change the narrative? What have you done? That old woman, it will never rain on her again. That is her home. And don't just be jealous of her. Accept that her life has changed and her life has transformed. You know, if you are born confused, you remain with your being confused, but leave the grandma alone with her peace. You know, she has been suffering. Where were you to help her? Where were you? And now, after seeing people have helped her, you are coming out talking about that people have been begging. If you think begging is easy, you go and beg. You can't beg. You know, if people were willingly coming out in good numbers to support the project, I don't believe that is begging. I believe people were supporting this project willingly because they've seen the condition of this grandma, how she was living, you know, and they felt like she needed to be supported. And that is exactly what they have been in position to do. But because somebody who is jealous, who is sitting on the chair, he looks dehydrated, you know, because his mouth is open, he feels like he can say anything that comes from his mouth. Before you criticize others, look at yourself and what have you been in position to do to your own relatives or your own people in the community. The biggest problem with some Africans is jealousness. Jealousness. I said it that actually this individual, when the travel commando was helping the family, he was one of those individuals who could pretend that he was a very humble person. He could actually even kneel down. If, you know, if possible, he would actually kneel down. But because right now, his entire family is not getting anything from the travel command. He's now a bitter person. A very bitter man. You know, a very bitter man. That shows you the true colors of some individuals. You know, it shows you. And God has a reason why he was exposed. Because these are individuals who are very much capable of doing to the travel commando wrong things. He will be laughing with you, and yet deep inside his heart, he is thinking of a different thing. Let me tell you, God played a very big role in removing useless individuals like this guy. Me, I want to say it personally, in a personal way. From the time this man texts me and he was insulting me, insulting my mother, it shows how he reasons, how stupid he is. You know, this is an idiot. He's an idiot. Me, I want to say it openly. That guy who looks sick. Why don't you go to the hospital instead of opening your mouth like you mentally you are not okay? I don't have time to sympathize with idiots. When you're seeing development coming to, why do you fight development? Or they don't see that as development. They don't see it. If such houses were to be constructed in the village, like 40 of them, how would that village look like? You know? There are individuals who are actually foolish. Very, very foolish. You know? We need to talk it out. You know, they need to understand, they need to know it, that they are actually very stupid. You know? They came out and they were criticizing, you know, that individuals like Nasto, they were very, very slippery. They used not to be willing to make videos with them. But a person like Nasto was able to realize how stupid you are. You know? Because you cannot be supported. You remember how the travel commando helped these individuals. You used to have videos with them. But at the end of the day, they started making stories that can actually spoil the name of the travel commando. So you expected Nasto to have a conversation, to have a video with you, you know, and you think he's a stupid man, you know. So Nasto was right not to have videos with such individuals because he knew the people he was dealing with, you know. So him to come out to criticize Nasto, that Nasto is very slippery, Mayuguno was a very slippery individual, he didn't want to make videos. Let me tell you, the reason why these individuals are talking the way they are talking, it is because Mayuguno and Nasto refuse to be in that clique of talking badly about the travel command. You know? Because their main motive was to separate Nasto, Mayuguno, and the travel command. So that they create a picture that the travel commando is actually a very, very bad person. You know? So these two people were able to identify their characters and say, no, we cannot be in position to associate ourselves with them. You know? That is it, full stop. There is nothing to talk about here. You know? Because when you start dealing with the fools, they will make you also look like, they say, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. You know? But these individuals refuse to be on that side of the coin. You know? Yes. You need to accept that. Because people actually can now see who they are. You know? Individuals who are against development, individuals who are against progress in the community, those are not people to be trusted. I want to make it very, very clear. They actually talked about Janet Harris. You know, that Janet Harris was one of those people who are spearheading the division, you know, among the YouTubers in the village. You see, when a fool want to support themselves, they will always look for excuses. These individuals didn't want to be told the truth. And those ones who could tell them the truth on their eyes, those are the people they turn against. They will call them all sorts of names. You know? Because you cannot be doing wrong things and you don't want to be told. And when somebody tells you your problem, you start criticizing and talking badly about them. Let's first watch this clip, and then when we come back, we shall continue with this video very, very strongly. Let's watch this.
Janet Harris. Let me tell you, Janet Harris, and me, I won't say without contradiction of doubt. Janet Harris, she normally tells us, you guys, you like what. But she's one of the cougars who actually tried to demolish the friendship in Nyabuhansi.
Yeah, a lot. She'll see with somebody.
If you hate somebody, don't let others people hate the person.
Yeah.
You know? And let me tell you, we still have a life.
She's using divide and rule, right?
Divide and rule. You know? Others are born never to lick anybody. We don't kiss.
So, Cynthia,
yeah,
that part of begging. Now people see we want to build a wall here. Bring what you have.
Even the churches people beg, man.
We know, no, don't preach what I don't know what and
no,
drink wine.
It's normal. It's inside the Africa.
You know, people, even you consider reactor saying.
You see, the biggest problem with a lot of people people don't want to be told the truth. That's the biggest problem. They feel like they need to be, for them, what they're doing is always on the right. But when they tell you your problems, you start calling people all sorts of names. I remember Sejo came out and made a video, and even coming out with pictures of some of the subscribers, insulting them and calling them all sorts of names, you know. And then when subscribers start saying that so and so is actually a bad person, see how he's insulting women, you know, see how he talks badly about women, then such individuals start saying that actually some of these subscribers are the one causing division in the village. But the problem is actually you as an individual. In most of these individuals, they are actually a problem, you know, because you cannot be insulting other people and you expect people just to watch, to listen to you, and they don't talk anything. For them, they feel they're always right, you know. Now look at this individual. The way this individual used to talk, you know, the two of them used to talk so badly about the travel commander. They used to talk all the nonsense. They used to abuse subscribers, you know. At the same time, they're abusing them and they want them to be helping them. That is the greediness these individuals have. And to me, when I look at these individuals, even in their podcasts, I see like it is not taking them anywhere, because even their YouTube platforms, they have collapsed. These individuals used to get a lot of views, 10,000, 8,000, but because of their characters, because of their behaviors, they have a lot of bitterness in their tongue. They have a very sharp mouth. They have a very long mouth. Words that comes from their mouth is terrible. So people stop watching their videos because what comes in them was not really something that is pleased to listen to. You know, individuals who are bitter, you know, now you can see somebody who is calling people that, you know, a big person is begging. Let me tell you, even the cameras they're using, they begged. You think they bought with their money? So they think we don't know about the things. They begged. You know, they begged. Some of them pretended like they want to open a radio station. They thought to just open a radio station far like that. What happened? What happened? So sometimes let's learn to speak the truth. Don't just come out talking rubbish upon people because your mouth is open. Learn how to speak the truth. You know, if somebody told you that please this and this is wrong, there is no need for you to come out and say, now this is a person who is causing division in the village. You know, who does not know that in the community there have been two sides, the negative and the positive? So he wanted the travel commando to remain with the Kintu when Kintu was abusing him and insulting him. You know? So now, Janet Harris is the one who told Kintu to be insulting people, insulting the travel commander and everybody in the village. Then you come out, you start saying that, you know, she's the cause. The cause of what? The cause of what? Before you come out and talking rubbish, explain it so that people understand. You know? She has caused division. How? How did she cause it? But when you just want to come out because your mouth is open, you can say anything. Of course, you know, it will always show how you reason. You know? Please, if you're in this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment. And please always come back to watch my videos. And I really do appreciate your big support to this platform. Yes, thank you so much, my good people, for watching. Big up to all of you, my good moderators. And thank you so much, my good people, watching me from US, UK, Canada, and all of you from the Caribbean, not forgetting my good people here in Africa. Thank you so much for always turning up to watch my videos, and I really do appreciate your big support to this platform. Let's meet again in our next video tomorrow. May God bless you abundant. See you again when you see me.